Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. It's a little cold here in Florida. Temperatures got down into the high 20s, low 30s last night. And I wanted to show you today how I get a gift bonsai ready. I have a little bonsai that I'm going to donate for a raffle for a charity. They asked me to do that, and I'm going to show you how I just get it ready. It's going to be pretty easy and quick, and I'll show you what else is going on here in Florida right now. This is where I usually keep my bonsai that stay in the sun. And these here are the ones that are pretty much able to take the cold weather. As you can see, there's a lot of empty spaces here. Let me go show you where before we get to where I put the bonsai. You can see there's also lots of empty spaces up here too. I had to move a fair number of plants into my shed. Okay, this is my large shed, and here's where I store the bonsais when it gets too cold. Just hoping they survive out here. This is a little Ming Aurelia that I'm going to donate for the charity in one of the pots that I made back in 2009. And what I need to do here is to clean up these little weeds and maybe make this sphagnum moss go in a little bit so I can put a nice surface covering on here. The bottom here, as you can see, looks pretty good. There's no real roots growing in, so I don't think it's really root bound, and I don't think it needs to be taken out of the pot to check. That's what's nice about having a nice big drainage hole. You can see what's going on pretty easily. First thing I'm going to do here is just clean up the pot. I found that a Mr. Clean magic eraser is very nice for cleaning up stuff, especially pots that have mold or mildew on them. So just this pot's not in bad shape at all, but this will help make it look neater and nicer. So all I'm doing here is just rubbing it and trying to clean up any spots that I see. Later on I'll wash it down with a hose. Okay, let's get on to the other part. Okay, so things sticking out like this and some of this excess sphagnum moss can be clipped off. This artillery fern, best to pull it out if you can. You don't want it growing back, although it will grow back because they're really just an insidious beast here in Florida that attacks everything, it seems. So I'm just kind of cleaning up this stuff, and now I'm going to press everything into the pot. A little bit better, another weed can come out. I want this down pretty solid, because like I said, I'm going to put a covering on here to make this look a little bit better. But first I'm going to clean the rest of the pot off with some water. I'm just going to spray this with a fine mist. It cleans up pretty nicely. Then I'll go back and clean up these straggly pieces. I wanted to do this before I put the surface cover on. I'm just going to take some of these gravel pieces here, rocks, gravel, and lay them down on here. And it's funny how it just quickly makes a whole different impression on you. Okay, that looks like enough. Now, I'm also going to try to keep these pieces in place by using some wood glue on top. When you lay that on top, it solidifies and dries clear, so you can't really see it, and it doesn't hurt the plants, but it keeps things in good shape. He glues a little on the cold side here, so it's a little bit thick, which actually almost helps this because it allows me to put a nice small little ribbon of this on here. Trying to cover as much as you can, but not make it too thick. Just want to drip it over all the rocks you can. It'll help hold things in place. Like I said, it won't inhibit the watering or any other care that you really need to give, except when you try to take it out of the pot, the whole thing should stick together a little bit better actually. Okay, that looks sufficient. While that's drying, let's go take a look at my Green Island fig tree, or ficus. But this one really is a fig tree. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a nice fig that's growing next to two smaller figs. It's nice size, perfect size for the plant. And it was real nice to see that the other day. The plant itself is doing pretty well, looking pretty good. Has a lot of new growth coming in, even though it's cold down here. This plant could probably take the colder weather, but I'm not taking a chance with it. I'm going to put it back in the shed for now, because tonight could be a little bit cold also, and I probably won't take my plants out again until tomorrow. Most of the glue has dried. The rest will dry overnight. And we're ready to take this plant indoors for the night because I don't want to take any chances with it. But other than that, nice looking little bonsai. Have fun with your bonsai.